Good day, and welcome to the Government House Weekly Press Briefing and COVID-19 update for the week of September 6, 2022. For the benefit of the radio listening audience, I am Government House Communications Director Richard Mota. Dr. Esther Ellis is joining me on behalf of Health Commissioner Hussein Kanacion this afternoon for the latest COVID-19 data and information on where Virgin Islands residents can get a COVID-19 test, vaccine, and booster shot. I also have Vitima Director Darryl Joshin here to provide a tropical weather update now that we are in that period of hurricane season where we see more activity. But before we go to the Department of Health for this week's COVID-19 data, today marks the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Irma's landfall in the territory. Much progress has been made to not only rebuild but transform the territory's critical infrastructure since that fateful day 5 years ago. Joining us at 5:30 p.m. this evening to discuss the territory's recovery progress on the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Irma on the press box is Water and Power Authority CEO Andrew Smith, Darryl Smalls, who is the Executive Director of the Territorial Hospital Redevelopment Team, Ms. Lydia Pell, who is the Chief Operating Officer of the Virgin Islands Housing Authority, and Virgin Islands Office of Disaster Recovery Director Adrian Williams-Octolin. So we invite you all to tune in this evening at 5:30 p.m. right here on our Facebook Live on Government House, and you can also tune in by turning to channel 27 on television if you have VIA. If your cable provider is VIA, just tune into channel 27 and you'll be able to catch that program this evening. You don't want to miss it. With that, I will turn over this week's briefing to Dr. Ellis. Dr. Ellis?
Good afternoon, and thank you once again, Director Mota, for allowing the Department of Health to provide an update on territorial health initiatives. Our latest COVID-19 numbers show we have 203 active COVID-19 cases territory-wide. 116 of those are on St. Croix, 86 on St. Thomas, and 1 on St. John. Hospitalizations territory-wide are 9 total, 1 of which is vented. 5 of those are on St. Croix at Juan F. Louis Hospital and 4 on St. Thomas at Schneider Regional Medical Center. The best protection against the variants continues to be the vaccine, so make sure you're up to date with the recommended COVID-19 vaccine schedule, including boosters. Vaccines are recommended for all people ages 6 and older. Exciting news, the new formulation of the COVID-19 vaccine, the bivalent vaccine, which is more effective against the newest variants, is now available at the DOH clinics. We currently have 800 doses available in the territory, 600 Pfizer and 200 Moderna. Private providers are requesting their inventory as well. Anyone 12 and up for the Pfizer and 18 and up for the Moderna qualifies to receive this new formulation if it has been at least 2 months since your primary vaccine series. Alternatively, if you currently qualify for a booster, you can receive this bivalent vaccine as that booster. As a reminder, our COVID-19 vaccine schedule is that vaccines take place as a regular part of the Department of Health's clinic schedules. For the COVID-19 testing, the schedule is as follows. On St. Croix, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. in the Charles Harwood Memorial parking lot. On St. Thomas, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at the Schneider Regional Medical Center loading dock. On St. John, Wednesday from 12 noon to 3 p.m. The Department of Health would like to remind all residents about the Federal Emergency Management Agency's, or FEMA's, Funeral Assistance Program for all COVID-19 related deaths. This program is part of the Coronavirus Response and Relief Act, so the Relief and Supplemental Appropriation Act of 2021 and the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Under these acts, FEMA oversees the funds earmarked to reimburse families for funeral expenses of persons who died from COVID-19. Since the program began taking applications starting on April 12, 2021, the Department of Health's Division of Vital Records and Statistics has reached out to and will continue to contact the families of all persons in the Virgin Islands who lost loved ones to COVID-19. If you want more information, you can call the FEMA Assistance Program. Monkeypox updates, there are no cases of monkeypox, which is great news, no confirmed cases. And this is all we have to report. Thank you, Director Mota.
Thank you, Dr. Ellis. As I mentioned, we have the VITEMA Director, Daryl Joshin, here with us for a tropical weather update and an update on the territories, the latest on the territories' Sargassum response. Director Joshin.
Hey, thank you, Director Mota. Good afternoon, Dr. Ellis. Good afternoon, Virgin Islanders. I'll start off with the weather update. This is the most current information from the National Hurricane Center as of 11 o'clock this morning, Tuesday, September 6, 2022. The center of the Tropical Storm Earl is located 370 miles north of St. Thomas, near latitude 23.7 north, longitude 65.7 west. Again, located latitude 23.7 north, 65.7 west. The NOAA hurricane hunters have been out, indicate the maximum sustained winds are near 65 miles per hour with higher gusts. Earl's forecast to maintain its strength today, followed by intensification resuming tomorrow. Earl's moving toward the north, away from the territory at 5 miles per hour, and this motion is expected to continue with gradual turn to the north-northeast starting on Wednesday. The tropical storm force winds extend outward of 115 miles from the center. The estimated minimum central pressure is 996 millibars. There are no watches or warnings for the U.S. Virgin Islands at this time. VITEMA maintains constant contact with the National Weather Service in Puerto Rico and will utilize its Alert VI system mass messaging service in case of a tropical storm or hurricane watch or warning. VI Alert is for emergency messaging and communication to subscribers. Please visit our website at www.vitema.vi.gov to sign up and receive these emergency texts in English and Spanish. You can get it in text or email or by phone call. Moving into potential hazards and risks for the rest of this week, lightning, scattered thunderstorms with frequent lightning in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Strong thunderstorm squalls are also likely over local waters. If lightning is nearby, please seek shelter. Our heat indices will be over 100 degrees across the urban and coastal areas of both Puerto Rico and St. Croix. Our maritime conditions continue to gradually improve. It's been a rough weekend for everybody. Nonetheless, showers and thunder showers will continue to affect our local waters, especially in the east. Waters near this activity can experience local choppy to potential hazardous marine conditions with gusty winds, lightning, and higher waves. For rainfall, widespread rainfall is expected today with the heaviest activity across the center, interior, south, and eastern region of Puerto Rico and across the U.S. Virgin Islands. Limited flash, urban, and small stream flooding impacts are possible due to previously saturated soils from multiple days of rain. The rapid rise in rivers and mudslides in areas of steep terrain are also possible. And finally, rip currents. A moderate risk of life-threatening rip currents across the northern surf zone of Puerto Rico or Caribe and St. Croix are in effect at this time. National Hurricane Center, National Weather Service in Puerto Rico, and VITEMA are tracking 2 new disturbances coming off of Africa. The first one, Disturbance 1, is located in the eastern tropical Atlantic and shows disorganized showers and thunderstorms persisting from the Cabo Verde Islands southward several hundred miles in association with a broad new area of low pressure. Environmental conditions are conducive for some development of the system, and tropical depression could form in a few days while moving westward and west-northwestward at 15 to 20 miles per hour over the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. The upper-level winds are likely to become less conducive for development late this week. The formation chance to the next 48 hours is minimum at 40%. Formation chance for the next 5 days is also medium at 60%. Our disturbance number 2 is located along the African coast. It's a tropical wave currently located on the western Africa. It's forecast to emerge offshore into the eastern Atlantic in a day or two. Environmental conditions appear generally conducive for some slow development thereafter as the system moves west-northwestern over the eastern tropical Atlantic. Formation for the next 48 hours is low, near 0%. Formation chance for the next 5 days is also low at 20%. I'd like to turn your attention now to National Preparedness Month. The Virgin Islands Territory Emergency Management Agency will be celebrating the annual National Preparedness Month throughout the territory for the month of September. Under our A Whole Community approach, we will be engaging with total capacity of our private and nonprofit sectors, including businesses, faith-based and disability organizations, and the general public, in conjunction with participation of territorial and federal partners. This year's theme is A Lasting Legacy. The life you've built is worth protecting. Prepare for disasters to create a legacy for you and your family. VITEMA will be hosting several various activities for students in the territory as follows. For grades 1 through 5, a disaster art contest, preparing for disasters, natural or man-made. For grades 5th through 8th, a class video essay contest. And then for grades 9 through 12, an essay contest. These activities are geared towards engaging and preparing our students for disaster, whether it's natural or man-made. The last thing I'll talk about is our Operation Blue Skies. Properly securing sandbags around your home where flooding or wind-driven rain may enter your home is critical. VITEMA, along with the Department of Public Works and the Virgin Islands Fire Service, is now conducting Operation Blue Skies, where you can bring your vehicle to one of the named locations and receive prepackaged 6 sandbags per household. Distribution sites are now open for the 3rd week at Department of Public Works on Tuesdays from 9 a.m. till noon, and Department of Public Works on Thursdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. VI Fire Services is available on Saturdays only from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Operation Blue Skies will conclude on Saturday, April 17th, 2022. So please take time now to prepare to come out today, being Tuesday or Thursday, or visit the fire stations on Saturday. The locations are as follows. Department of Public Works at Anna's Hope on St. Croix, Cotton Valley Fire Station on St. Croix, and Grove Fireplace Station on St. Croix. On St. Thomas, Department of Public Works at Subbase, the Fortuna Fire Station, Omar Brown Fire Station at Barbell Plaza, and the Curriculum Center at Tutu on St. Thomas. And on St. John, the Coral Bay Fire Station on Saturday, and the Department of Public Works at Susannaburg. Finally, VITEMA reminds you to be prepared, stay informed, and be vigilant. Thank you. Director Mota.
Thank you, Director Joshin. This week, the Office of the Governor, in partnership with Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines and the Department of Tourism, is holding its 5th USVI Community Business Forum to prepare for the upcoming cruising season. The forum is scheduled for 9 a.m. on Thursday, September 8th at the University of the Virgin Islands' Great Hall on its Albert A. Sheen campus in St. Croix. Earlier this year, the cruise industry announced plans to increase port of calls to the island of St. Croix in the upcoming cruising season. This forum gives our business community an opportunity to engage directly with administration officials and cruise experts so that they can plan for the upcoming season. Speakers include representatives from Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, from the Department of Tourism, and the Department of Sports, Parks, and Recreation. It also will feature speakers from the St. Croix Chamber of Commerce and from the University of the Virgin Islands' School of Business. We're encouraging all businesses and entrepreneurs, shop owners, taxi drivers, food establishment owners, and anyone who is a stakeholder in the hotel and in the hospitality industry, particularly here on St. Croix, to join join the conversation and to share your ideas. It really is an opportunity that we encourage every stakeholder to take full advantage of. As we know, we will be receiving 3 times the amount of cruise traffic to the island of St. Croix this cruising season. And so this is a real good opportunity for those stakeholders and those businesses to network and connect with some of the industry leaders and explore ways to expand their services and to capitalize on this new unique opportunity. For more information and to register, visit vi.gov/CBF. Again, that website is vi.gov/CBF. In closing this afternoon, I want to thank Director Cindy Richards and the entire team at the Division of Personnel and all who participated in last week's Career Expos on both islands. About 600 residents attended the Career Expo and Mixer last week between both island districts, some of who were interviewed and hired on the spot. The Division of Personnel is already planning a similar expo of events, so if you missed it this time, there will be opportunities in the future. So again, I want to shout out the entire team at the Division of Personnel and of course to all of those residents who came out and took full advantage of the opportunity for employment with the Virgin Islands government. I will take any questions from the media now if there are any, and I know that we have at least one reporter joining us virtually, Matt Probasco from the Virgin Islands Source. Go ahead, Matt.
Do you have me?
We can hear you.
I can hear the echo. Hi. Number 3 times around figure that would be 3 times over last year over the last
3 times the average cruise travel to the island of St. Croix. So we're looking at about 140,000 passengers per year, as opposed to what was the normal, I think around 50,000 or 40, roughly between 40 and 50,000 per year was the average.
So 3 times over the normal amount.
Right.
Pre-pandemic. Right. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, Matt?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Do we have any other media joining us virtually? All right. Well, I'm being signaled that we do not have any other media. Thank you for joining us. That concludes this week's Government House Weekly Press Briefing and COVID-19 update. We will see you next week, as long as it is not a holiday. Have a good weekend, or have a good week.